What's going on, guys? Billy Davidson here. I want to talk about pressure washing at a movie theater. You probably got some movie theaters in your area. We're going to go over a couple things and how you might can get some of these jobs as well, and how you might want to try to price them as well too. That may help you out a lot. This is an AMC theater that I've been doing for about 22 years now, religiously. And during COVID, they did cut back on their cleanings. But now, since we kind of post-COVID and, things are starting to get better, they starting to clean it more frequently. And that is a good thing, keep us busy as well. And we've also striped their parking lot. We've cleaned their dumpster pads. And I've cleaned this front right here literally hundreds of times. So we're going to talk about a couple things. And I'm going to show you something towards the end of the video. It's going to be something like a myth busters, if you will. So y'all make sure y'all hang out towards the end of the video, and there'll be a link down in the description to our dumpster pad cleaning route. And that's how I initially got this job, and then I started striping the parking lots. Matter of fact, this was one of our first parking lots that we done early on, and it set our business up for success long term, learning that knowledge of striping parking lots, cleaning dumpster pads. So y'all hang tight towards the end of the video, and I'm going to show you something that's a big myth that a lot of pressure washing guys may not know. And so we're going to bust that myth wide open right here, right now. If you're liking this video so far, please hit that like button. It doesn't take a second to do, and it helps me out a lot. It lets me know that y'all liking these videos, and we'll continue making them. So first off, what we done here, we pre-treated this with a sodium hypochlorite solution, just to kill any bacteria and stuff like that, because as you know, these pigeons love to roost under these protected areas, especially around these lights. They're warm in the wintertime. In the summertime, they're out of the thunderstorms and the rain. So pigeons love doing that, and they mess on everything. So to protect ourselves and our customers, we like to treat everything with a sodium hypochlorite. We let that sit for about 10 minutes. We just basically downstreamed it. Nothing fancy. You don't need that strong of a mix. A 1% sitting for about 15 minutes kills everything. And if you want to go that extra mile, you can retreat it after about 15 minutes and let that sit another 5 or 10 minutes, and you should be fine. Because, inevitably some of this stuff is going to splash back on you. You're handling the hoses, so you want to pre-treat it and kind of kill any germs, or at least try to knock some of them down, if you will. So as you see here, we're surface cleaning now. We're going to come back and pop some gum up in a minute. That's going to just be with a pressure tip. And what I like to do is surface clean first. That way it reveals all my gum spots. And I'm not out here trying to get every one of them. I'll probably get 80 or 90% of them, and that's what my customer expects. And they know about it. For us to hunt down every piece of gum out here would take a lot more time and a lot more money on their part. So again, we pre-treat it with a downstream injector. If you're not familiar with that, go back on my YouTube channel. There's tons of videos on downstream injection. I truly believe in it. It's good for some applications, not every application obviously, but some applications. Again, make sure you stay towards the end of the video. We're going to talk about a big myth. So Apex is surface cleaning. I got this pre-treated, and I've added a little Dawn dish soap in my buffer tank. If you're not running a buffer tank, obviously you can't do that, but you can add a little surfactant or degreaser, which is sodium hypochlorite, to help kind of loosen things up. So right here, we're just using a 24-inch surface cleaner. It's got 3 spray tips. I'm running at about 8 gallons per minute. My machine is much more capable of doing that, but I don't like to run them wide open. So 8 gallons a minute is plenty enough for this 24-inch surface cleaner. And you see right here, it's cleaning the heck out of it, along with that little bit of Dawn dish soap being injected from the buffer tank into the pump, pressurizing it. And as we all know, pressurized soap cleans a lot better than just pressurized water, and it doesn't hurt the pump. I've done it thousands of times as of now with no pump issues whatsoever. So another thing, what we're going to do once we finish surface cleaning, we're going to surface clean this from high to low. Then we're going to come back and rinse it. And then we're going to pop some gum up. And again, that's going to show us every piece of gum. Matter of fact, sometimes surface cleaning will dislodge new pieces of gum. So if I surface clean first, there may be 10 or 15, 20 pieces of gum that the surface cleaner is going to pull up that I don't have to do with a pressure tip. If that makes any sense. So once we do our rinsing and pop all the gum up, then we're going to DI the windows. If you're not familiar with that, that's deionized systems. We get our system from Window Cleaner Resources. You can go to their website. They have some great systems out there. We'll DI the windows, and that'll be a wrap on this job. Now, how can you get some of this work? Well, guys, look, usually most theaters, the general manager does have the authority to buy a service if it's under a certain amount. Usually their certain amount is around $1,000. They call it petty cash, that sort of thing. So you will have to send an invoice and wait on your payment. But if you accept credit cards like we do, we get paid tomorrow. So it's really quick. So anything under $1,000, you can usually get the general manager to agree with it. So that kind of lets you know about where I'm at. So I don't want to just up and say my price here on public, because we do got some guys that kind of follow us around and try to take some of our work. So anyway, this is under $1,000. We'll be here for about 3 hours. So we're going to maximize our time here, and then we're going to go do some parking lot striping as well. Now, for the big myth, like I said earlier, I have been pressure washing this for about 22 years now, and a lot of people thinking that pressure washing ruins concrete. Like I said, I've washed this hundreds and hundreds of times. Other than some normal wear and tear, the surface cleaners that we use and the pressure that we use does not hurt this. And this has been done once a month, sometimes twice a month for the last 22 years. And we don't have much exposed aggregate at all. You can see there, it does not hurt the concrete. And I've heard so many guys on some of these Facebook groups and even right here on YouTube saying that surface cleaning concrete hundreds of times degrades it and removes some of that cream layer. Not so fast. It's not true. If you know how to set up your surface cleaner and you're using the right amount of pressure off of your machine, you won't hurt the concrete, even pressure washing it hundreds of times. In our case, we're running 8 gallons a minute, but we're only running about 2,000 PSI, and that is split between 3 surface spray tips. So if you do the math, each one is less than 700 PSI coming out of each spray tip. But I do have the flow to back it up, and also I'm pre-treating, and also I'm adding Dawn dish liquid soap to the buffer tank, so that way I don't have to bear down on this concrete that bad. Now the gum, I will have to use a little bit more PSI, but usually what I do, I find a piece of gum and I get really, really low with it with my pressure tip and try to lift it up instead of being down at a 90-degree angle. So you want to basically kind of get as low as you can and pop that gum up, and that way you're not removing any concrete. These posts and stuff, we're going to rinse those off. We treated that with a sodium hypochlorite. So we're going to get this knocked out, get it done, and move on to some parking lot striping out about 40 miles from here. One other thing I want to mention about doing movie theaters, it is nighttime work, guys. So if you're not out here working at night, then this might not be for you. And that's cleaning dumpster pads too, mostly at nighttime or the weekend. So we do a little bit of of course, our parking lot striping. We got to do that when the parking lots are vacated most often. So it makes our work go a lot faster. So anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here and go do some parking lot striping. And if y'all need some help, go check out my website. The link will be down in the description. If you got any questions, my phone number is also on that website, and my email address. It's a good way to get in touch with me, and I can answer any questions that you have. If you're wanting to talk about purchasing one of our VIP programs, if you're ready to change your life, start making more money in the pressure washing industry, especially in this type of economy, it's really important that you go after some of these jobs that other people are passing up. Guys, you deserve to make a really good living because you work hard. All you need is the knowledge, and we're going to help you out with that. Again, I'm Billy Davidson here with BillyDavidsonVIP.com, and I surely hope to see you in the next video.